I told Annabelle I was gonna be getting her at 5:15. And it's currently 5:15. And I'm still at home. Oh my god. I'm late. That's the sound of people saying that I'm late. I am. Wait, what's up? What's up? Wait, I don't even know.
Hey guys! We're in Virginia, I think.
Yes, we are.
Is that where we are?
In a McDonald's bathroom.
We're like near Richmond. You don't really, it's just a
Whole different bus. Wind up at a different school. No, a different museum. I tried though. This sweater just has so many holes in it. That sweater's cute though. I like it.
Come on, it's the best part.
We actually have this.
What do I do with this? But like,
Let's go. Thank you.
That's queer.
we're at the museum. Let me get that fancy filter. Look at the children.
Any other guests? The bus was fine. Singing in the museum.
This is the museum of National Museum of American Indians.
Well, you're so smart.
This is the reason my mom didn't put me into school right away. She knew I wouldn't be ready.
Maybe you do that after security.
Do we want to get the whole process? They're literally leaving us behind. I'm hurt and offended.
To no man left behind. It's Fernand's family.
No, that's not appropriate.
Slaying the game.
In the museum.
Quality.
Is the center, place of reverence.
Watch as I suddenly become light again.
This is the trees exhibit.
And we're gonna learn about all the times America's lied. My new life motto.
Look in the background.
Ooh, I like that. It's spring break.
We don't know how to play any of the games, so this exhibit is a little bit above
They're hard.
our
Brain levels?
intellectual skill level.
Faster. You're killing me.
Oh my god.
There's the stairs.
You want to take the stairs all the way up to the 3rd floor?
Yeah, I just ate. You know what? Montage. Go.
Pocahontas was not just a Disney character, as we're about to find out.
It's because when you hear Pocahontas, think of a Disney movie. This is what she looks like. Disney decided to make their own happy version.
Who really was Pocahontas? Let's find out.
Oh yeah, go like back and forth.
This is the real queen.
She married John. And a common misconception is that, so we all learn in the movie that she loves John Smith. She saves him from her father killing him, but that's actually not true.
She was 12. John Smith was in his 30s.
And
Actually had more of a father-daughter bond than a lovey-lovey bond.
actually kidnapped by the colony where John Rolfe was and became a Christian. And then she eventually married him and had a child with him.
This is an actual portrait of Pocahontas once she changed her name to Rebecca.
Or Becky.
Living in England.
She traveled with him to England to show about the New World and what a success it was because they were already turning natives into Christians.
She actually would help the colony with like food and stuff, and she became a very close friend and seen as like the savior of Virginia.
And the problem with Native American history is that a lot of it is true, but a lot of it is untrue as well. So the job of the historian is sort of to decide what's true and what's not true, and sort of like decide like what's relevant. However, one of the things that is false, or that many historians believe to be false, was John Smith. I guess the easiest way to put it is that John Smith was a little bit of a drama queen, I guess you could say. Like, he probably would have been a thespian, depicting himself like getting almost murdered, which isn't really what happened, but you know, he liked to
Spice it up.
Yeah,
Spice it up a little
spice up
bit.
his life a little bit.
This exhibition does a really good job of proving facts in most things that we think are not real. So, for example, it started off with our typical depiction of Pocahontas from Disney, and then it panned over to actual facts about Pocahontas. This exhibition was really important and helpful because it brings out myth versus fact. It starts off by explaining what started the event in 1830.
White settlers in America were beginning to want to move westward to expand their influence. However, they ran into many Native American tribes. Their thought was the best way to keep moving westward was to eliminate the Native Americans.
So a lot of people are very familiar with Thomas Jefferson and who he was, but what a lot of people don't know is that his ideas are actually some of the things that influenced a lot of the American Indian policies regarding their land. Many of his ideas about acquiring territory and that sort of thing is what inspired the Indian Removal Act. So the Trail of Tears, as we know it in history class today, sort of set a precedent for all bad things that really ever happened to Native Americans in our history. But at its core, it is considered just a phrase of national shame on the part of America and the way that we treated American Indians in that period of time.
So, as the 60s and 70s rolled in, Native American culture became very, very popular, and it became very ooh, let's act like this, let's do this. Yes, mainstream.
So this is a replica of the sign marking the Trail of Tears, and it sort of stands there to commemorate all of the struggle that Native Americans had to go through at the hand of Congress.
And the way people think of Trail of Tears and the way people are tweeting about it today is truly offensive.
I had to stop cutting an onion today to take off my eye makeup because I couldn't stop crying. Hashtag Trail of Tears.
The only parade the At Indians will be getting in Cleveland this year is a hashtag Trail of Tears.
So in general, the Trail of Tears exhibition was really helpful because it went through and explained what the Trail of Tears was, why it happened, and important figures, which I feel a lot of the time kids our age don't really learn about. We just learn about Andrew Jackson.
So this exhibit shows how prominent Native Americans are in American mainstream culture, even though we may not realize it. So have you ever looked at this butter? I'm sure you have, but have you realized that that is a Native American on the cover? If you want to see something very offensive to Native Americans and their actual attire and actual culture. Right there.
Oh my god.
That is so bad.
It looks awful like those sexy Halloween costumes.
Okay, so we just finished with the American exhibit.
We did.
Which is going to be our specific, specified vlog. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's been a great, fun, fresh time.
And now we're gonna take cute pictures, maybe post it.
Your life was gonna be this way. Your life's a joke, you broke. Your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second